Happy Friday, everybody. How are we doing?
Hello.
We doing
Hello.
okay?
Man, what a day. I am highly caffeinated. So just get ready. Because I've had more coffee this morning than I usually have, and I can feel a difference. So this is going to be lit. Also, I'm going to try to stay on camera the entire show today. I don't know if I'll make it. I might have to get up, but I'm going to try. Because I'm feeling pretty good today. My back is better. Things are working out.
Great.
I know. I feel like things are.
For you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We didn't even plan this, and we kind of matched today.
America. I'm very America.
F yeah.
Yeah. Is that Navy?
This is Navy. I
don't. Okay. It looks black.
I'm more of a Navy person than I am a black person.
It looks black to me.
It is.
Honestly.
It's Navy. It's Navy.
Okay.
It is.
All right.
Navy and white. Yes. We are matchy
today. All right. I mean, we can't not have a show in which we do not address the Coldplay incident. So we're just going to address it, you guys. And if for some reason you have not heard about this, Grok summarized the situation perfectly. There was a Boston Coldplay concert the other night, and they had one of those kiss cams, and that kiss cam caught two people who work together, a CEO and a human resources chief executive, who were having an affair. And so it was a very awkward situation.
Especially since she's in HR.
Right. And she has delivered training to her employees talking about how you shouldn't have inappropriate relationships at work.
Yeah. You used to do that. Remember?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, this made everything so awkward. And this is the CEO of the company Astronomer. Here is what it looked like when they were.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right. Come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
It's such an affluent white person thing to happen to be caught cheating in a Coldplay concert, isn't it?
Right. And the memes, you guys, the memes and the jokes have been out of control. Steve Mullins saying, this sucks for his wife. This is a terrible way to find out her husband likes Coldplay.
Listen, kidding aside, I'm kind of traumatized by this. You know, I don't like talking about this kind of stuff because my dad, it was a philandering the guy that cheated on my mom for years with the secretary. If you've never heard the story, what episode was that? We did like a whole thing on it. Yeah, anyways, I have like trauma from it. And so when I see this, I'm like, oh God, I get traumatized. Anyways, I feel sorry for the kids because I saw pictures of like the mom and then there's two boys and they're older. They're kind of like what my sister and I were when we found out that my dad was cheating on my mom. And so I feel sorry for the kids because they're getting dragged into right. I mean, it just sucks. I mean, it just totally sucks. But it's not just him; it's her too. She's an HR.
Oh my God! Yeah, I mean,
she's married.
It's the worst possible scenario. The worst possible scenario.
Right.
In-N-Out even got in on some of the joking with respect to this whole thing, and so they said, "Let's go to Coldplay and eat In-N-Out," and they photoshopped like giant In-N-Out burgers in their hands. And then this is not real, what you're about to see next, but it's hilarious.
That was, you guys, that was real.
Right. This is also not real. But this is not a real tweet from Coldplay. It's just hilarious. So this went around. Starting with our next show, we're introducing camera-free audience sections for people and their side pieces. They did not actually tweet that, but people made it look like they did. And so that was funny. The worst part is this dude, after all the backlash, released a statement. Would you please read this ridiculous
I can't wait to read it. All right. Statement from CEO Andy Byron. I want to acknowledge the moment that's been circulating online and the disappointment it's caused. What was supposed to be a night of music and joy turned into a deeply personal mistake playing out on a very public stage. I want to sincerely apologize to my wife, my family, and the team at Astronomer. You deserve better from me as a partner, as a father, and as a leader. This is not who I want to be or how I want to represent the company I helped build. I'm taking time to reflect, to take accountability, and to figure out the next steps personally and professionally. I ask for privacy as I navigate that process. I also want to express how troubling it is that what should have been a private moment in public without my consent. I respect artists and entertainers, but I hope we can all think more deeply about the impact of turning someone else's life into a spectacle. As a friend once sang, is Coldplay their friends? I was like, is that as a friend?
I can't imagine.
Yeah. Seriously, Chris Martin is like his personal friend now. Light will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you.
Oh my God. This is so embarrassing. I have so much secondhand embarrassment for this guy.
Maybe
he's trying to say this was a private moment. You are surrounded by zillions of people. You absolute idiot.
Just
this is not Coldplay's fault.
The last two paragraphs should have been left out completely.
Exactly.
Just leave them out completely. Yeah.
God.
I just feel sorry for a lot of people. Mostly the kids. I feel sorry for the kids.
It is. It's tragic when this stuff happens to families, but hopefully maybe this will be a sign for people to stop having affairs. Not that it will, but here's hoping.
Right. And also, this is an unpopular opinion, especially in conservative circles, but, teach your girls and your boys to love their significant others, but never lose who they are individually, because you just never know what's going to happen. I'm just putting that out there. People hate me for saying that, but I don't
Why
care.
would anybody hate you for saying that?
Well, conservatives get really mad about that, because I feel like be as independent as you are dependent in marriages. I just think it's very important, especially for women, because right now, like his wife, granted, she's probably going to take him for everything he's worth, but just, just putting that out there. You should be as independent as you are dependent. Anyways, you guys should also check out all of our links. Our links are awesome. Like our socials are really great. Mock was on fire on Twitter last night. Oh, stage. You should check it out.
Oh my God.
TextOnRight.com/links. You should totally check that out. Also, subscribe to this podcast if you haven't already. Please do that. Just click subscribe. Please do that.
You should. You really should. Obviously, we're going to get into the whole ridiculous new Wall Street Journal hit piece on Trump. We will get to that. That is the story of the day. But first, we need to talk about the fact that Karoline Leavitt at her presser yesterday got ahead of all of these ridiculous Democrats who are like, oh my God, Trump is dying because his ankles are swollen. So because they were like posting pictures and saying, this is the biggest scandal ever in the history of ever. Mm-hmm. She got out ahead of this, and he had a full examination with their medical team. And here is her report about that.
On another note, I know that many in the media have been speculating about bruising on the president's hand and also swelling in the president's legs. So in the effort of transparency, the president wanted me to share a note from his physician with all of you today. In recent weeks, President Trump noted mild swelling in his lower legs. In keeping with routine medical care and out of an abundance of caution, this concern was thoroughly evaluated by the White House medical unit. The president underwent a comprehensive examination, including diagnostic vascular studies. Bilateral lower extremity venous Doppler ultrasounds were performed and revealed chronic venous insufficiency, a benign and common condition, particularly in individuals over the age of 70. Importantly, there was no evidence of deep vein thrombosis or arterial disease. All results were within normal limits. An echocardiogram was also performed and confirmed normal cardiac structure and function. No signs of heart failure, renal impairment, or systemic illness were identified. Additionally, recent photos of the president have shown minor bruising on the back of his hand. This is consistent with minor soft tissue irritation from frequent handshaking and the use of aspirin, which is taken as part of a standard cardiovascular prevention regimen.
Oh, so look, we got transparency. It's what I talked about a couple days ago. I was like, I want complete transparency about his health. If they were talking about me, they would have been like, Daisy got a sleep-related injury last night. you know? And everybody be like, why does this part of her hurt? It's because I moved too fast in my sleep. This is the thing.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I mean, so what? So what is the big deal? If this were Biden, they'd be like, we plead the fifth. We plead
Right.
the fifth. We're not talking about his health.
If this were Biden, they would just not say anything and
Right.
continue to hide him. But like,
Right.
there's people on the left who are acting as though this is a death sentence, even though people with this very same condition live happily and healthily for
Totally.
decades. So everybody needs to
what?
calm the F down. But look at this. This is representative of the left. Chris Jackson, who's like the biggest lefty ever. Biden had spinal arthritis, a common condition that slightly affected his gait. The media ran wild, insinuating Parkinson's, demanding tests, neurologist visits, and full transparency. Now Trump has a confirmed diagnosis of a serious vascular disease, a literal risk to heart and brain health, and the press suddenly forgets how to ask questions. Where's
Bullshit.
the same energy? Arthritis doesn't kill you, blood and vein disease does. Oh my God.
Shit. That's
I
such.
can't.
He had dementia. He has dementia.
Right. And
just-
also cancer. Let us
Right.
not forget.
Let us not forget cancer. Right. And God
Oh my
only knows
God.
what else he had because they're pleading the fifth. And they didn't have this kind of transparency.
Exactly.
So they can suck it.
They can suck
I'm
all
so
of the
tired
its.
of the gaslighting. Just shut up.
Yeah, Vince Langman saying the treatment for President Trump's condition is compression socks. The treatment for Joe Biden's condition is a new brain. Guess which one the MSM will spend more time covering?
Right.
Right?
I have compression socks. I'm 53 years old. God.
I just can't. You know what? Probably all Trump needs is some better hydration. And you know where he can get that?
Oh my God, I know exactly where you can get NativePath, you guys. I drink this stuff every single day. It's the best. If you guys
Really
need to-
quick note, don't drink a lot of it before bed. Just
I
put that
totally-
out there.
Oh my God, I was up twice last night peeing. Because I love it so much. And
I know.
combined with my new like ice maker, you know, my little
Yes.
my little like with my sonic ice, and then that I can't stop. You can't stop, won't stop. I'm up like 15 times a night. I can't help it. I drink Native Hydrate basically all day long, and everybody
It's so
loves this
good.
stuff. It's zero sugar electrolytes. It's a BCAA drink mix. It combines 14 vitamins and minerals, 9 essential amino acids, 2,000 milligrams of BCAAs into one convenient tiny little scoop. You just
It
add it
tastes
to water.
delicious.
Oh my
It's
God.
so
Peach
good.
mango, mixed berry, tangerine. I cannot pick a favorite one. I love every single one of them. I just rotate through. I love them so much. And it's a balanced blend of sodium, potassium, magnesium. We're chronically dehydrated. Well, I'm not because I drink this stuff all day long. You may be. I'm not. Okay. Has the right electrolytes. It reduces brain fog. It helps me with my migraines because if I do get dehydrated, I'll get migraines. So it's the best. Plus, it supports muscle growth, recovery. It's seriously the best stuff ever. So get your hydration on and get 44% off plus free shipping at nativehydrate.com/chicks. Plus, you get a free gift with your order. nativehydrate.com/chicks. Do it.
So good.
Do it.
All right. On to some more good news. We have the good news about Trump's health. He's doing great on almost every level, except that he's got some mild vein congestion or whatever whatever the name of that was called.
Mhm.
But there is also really, really good news on the economy front. Sales are up.
Retail sales. Let's get right to CNN's Zane Asher. All right, that's an arrow pointing up. What does that mean?
Trade war? What trade war? What tariffs, John? Yes, the number actually came in pretty hot, 0.6% in June. And when you compare it to what we were expecting a rise of about 0.3%. That's coming in significantly hotter than expected. And that tells us that the U.S. economy, or rather the U.S. consumer in this country, is very resilient, despite all of the headwinds we've seen as it pertains to volatility, as it pertains to uncertainty with this trade war. They are still going out and they are shopping. One of the things that we still sort of continue to ask here at CNN is, why is it that this trade war, that all of the uncertainty is not trickling into the hard data just yet? What I found interesting as I peeled back the numbers is that, even though appliances and electronics, we did see a slight dip. Obviously, those are very tariff sensitive. But clothing, for example, food services, People going out to bars and restaurants, that was actually significantly higher as well. And that shows us that discretionary spending is strong. People are shopping even for the items they don't necessarily need. So yes, overall, a very positive number.
Who buys stuff on Amazon they don't need? Raise their hand.
Almost every day.
Guilty. My husband's like, what is it? What did you get? I'm like, I don't remember. I don't know. It's going to be Christmas.
But that's fun, right? Because then you just are like, ooh, what's this? What did I order? I can't remember.
I don't know what I got. It's some gadget.
Oh my gosh. And the good news keeps on coming. If there was any concern that Tim Walz was going to run for president in 2028.
Oh no.
Last two quick questions. First question that people would kill me if I didn't ask. Are you thinking about running in 2028?
I am not. And my job, and I say that, I am doing all I can to help build the party and make sure whoever that person is wins.
Well, thank you, Jesus. There's one bullet dodged.
There's one bullet dodged, indeed. And then in more good news, I think we mentioned yesterday that the rescissions package is now on Trump's desk. It passed the Senate, it passed the House. That means PBS and what's the other one? PBS and NPR, are not going to be funded anymore, at least by our tax dollars, which is great news. Brian Stelter, very, very upset about this. Here he is.
I think we need to flood the zone with people.
No, this is the end of a publicly funded media era. This dates back to the days of black and white television.
Oh.
You know, back in the 60s, Congress saw a value for PBS and NPR, but no more. As a result of this rescission, radio and TV stations will have to lay off staffers and cut back on programming.
Oh. Well, we don't need black and white TVs anymore either. So bye.
You know what's hilarious is that the NPR and CEO and the what's the other one I just said?
NPR and PBS. Their executives are going out on Twitter and they're like, just try to find an example, like just find us one example of when we've been biased. And so people are responding with like trillions of examples, not the least of which is the fact that they left Twitter altogether and moved only and exclusively to Blue Sky. Yeah.
Because they were like, you know what? We don't even need you guys' money anyway. We don't need taxpayer money. It's like 1% of our budget. So we're going to go and bitch about everybody over on Blue Sky. Well,
okay. Well, then you don't
get it. Just fine then.
How about F you then? Bye.
Right. Oh my God. So great. So Reagan Reese, our happy little former intern and now big shot in the White House press corps.
He's a big shot. I heard this yesterday and I'm like, oh my God. I'm in the car going, Reagan. Look at her go.
She's even been on Air Force One. Like she's done the thing.
She's so important.
She's
Remember
so
her
important.
when?
I know. She's all grown up.
I know our girl.
Anyway, she asked a couple questions yesterday at the presser, but one of them was to say to Caroline, to give Caroline a chance to respond to the crocodile tears from PBS saying, we save lives and now we won't be able to save lives anymore.
Okay.
And so here's that question and Caroline's answer.
I'm going to give you a chance to respond to the CEO of NPR. She's claiming that the cuts to their network will, quote, be a real risk to public safety of the country. Congressman Murkowski has argued that public broadcasting stations save lives. Could you respond to these concerns?
The NPR CEO said cutting NPR will be a risk to public safety. I am not sure how NPR helps the public safety of our country, but I do know that NPR, unfortunately, has become really just a propaganda voice for the left. Just a few examples for you. In 2020, NPR refused to cover the Hunter Biden laptop scandal in the run-up to the election. They said their assertions don't amount to much, writing they did not want to waste the listeners and readers' time on stories that are just pure distractions. That does not sound like an unbiased opinion. That sounds like a partisan opinion to me. And this is a taxpayer-funded organization. In 2018, that same CEO that you're talking about called the president in the Oval Office, who nearly 80 million Americans elected, she called him racist, shared a photo of herself wearing a Biden for President campaign hat, serves on the board of a Soros-funded activist group. In 2020, PBS's White House correspondent at the time characterized President Trump's speech then at Mount Rushmore as a love letter to white resentment, promoting the myth of America. In 2017, PBS devoted an entire panel talking about what it means to be woke and white privilege. In 2023, PBS's Washington Week Roundtable covered up Joe Biden's clear mental divide. That's actually quite the clip. I would encourage all of you to look at it. These are not honest news organizations. These are partisan, left-wing outlets that are funded by the taxpayers. And this administration does not believe it's a good use of the taxpayers' time.
Nope, it's not.
She just comes with the receipts, doesn't she?
All the receipts, man. So great.
Reagan just lobbied it up for her. She was like, here you go. Here you go. And
Let me just tee this up.
Right?
Right? So Senator Schmidt, I think he's from Missouri, also decided to do a little video highlighting some of the past tweets of that CEO chick. Mar is her last name. I can't remember her first name. It doesn't matter.
The blonde
but
chick?
Yeah. And so this is absolutely awesome. Check it out.
We're defunding NPR finally. I thought it'd be appropriate to maybe read some of the craziest tweets from Catherine Mar, who is the CEO. Put my glasses on here. I'm so done with late-stage capitalism. America is addicted to white supremacy. I do wish Hillary wouldn't use the language of boy and girl. It's erasing language for non-binary people. Lots of jokes about leaving the US, and I get it. But as someone with cis white mobility privilege, I'm thinking I'm staying and investing in ridding ourselves of the specter of tyranny. Never underestimate the ability of white people to center ourselves. White silence is complicity. I'm white, so my hair doesn't automatically carry with it the freight of my race, worth, and everyone else's encoded assumptions. I'm grateful to those who have pointed out my phrasing could be understood as trans erasure.
Okay.
Horses inspire awe. Horses inspire awe and foster a sense of identity. More kids should have access to these incredible animals. But most horse spaces are white spaces. I know that hysteric white woman voice. I was taught to do it. I've done it. That's whiteness. What is that deranged racist sociopath ranting about today? I truly do not understand. Again, Catherine Mar, this is not me. Had a dream when Kamala and I were on a road trip in an unspecified location, sampling and comparing nuts and baklava from roadside stands.
God.
Woke up very hungry.
That shit. That shit crazy. Horse spaces are white spaces.
What does that even mean?
What the hell's a horse space? Just okay. All right, crazy lady.
Guys,
take your meds. Take your meds. Go in the corner.
It doesn't end there though. Someone reposted this ridiculous tweet from NPR. This is back in 2022, where they posted about emojis, like thumbs up emojis, saying some white people may choose the yellow one because it feels neutral, but some academics argue that opting out of the beige signals a lack of awareness about white privilege.
Oh my God.
Akin to society associating whiteness with being raceless.
What?
To which Rosanna Arquette replied, and I'm not making this up, I'm white, but I always choose a black emoji because black has always been beautiful to me since I was a child, and I honor black human beings.
Good for you, Rosanna.
What is happening, you guys?
Good for you. Look at her.
She's so brave. God,
it's so like brave. The people who are like, I have a black friend.
Right.
Look at me. Shut up.
Oh my God. Also, in other fantastic news, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert will be ending in May of next year. This will close out the 2020, 25, 26 broadcast season. CBS saying, quote, "This is purely a financial decision against a challenging backdrop in late night. It's not related in any way to the show's performance, content, or other matters happening at Paramount."
Bullshit. We all know that's not true. That's not how TV works. I mean, come on.
And he did not see it coming. He, in fact, had to change his opening monologue and perform it live last night. And then he basically just bitched about how disappointed he was, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
I mean, come on. We all know why. It's because that show, that's all. It's like Trump derangement syndrome on full display every night, night after night. People don't want to see that. They want to laugh.
That's why they tune into Gutfeld way more,
exactly,
in more droves than they do to Colbert.
He's winning late night because he's actually funny.
Exactly. I guess I kind of lied at the beginning of the show. I do want to get up while you talk about our friends at Ruff Greens.
We're going to talk about dogs, you guys. So, morning routines, you guys work out first, or you shower, or you come here and then you work out and you shower, or you're like, give me coffee or whatever. Morning routines are important for your dog too. And that is why naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black created Ruff Greens. It is a natural supplement that's packed with enzymes and probiotics. It supports digestion and immunity and overall well-being. Theo was a mess when we first got him. He is no longer a mess because of Ruff Greens, and we're starting Bear on it too. So I will keep you posted, but so far so good. He's really liking Ruff Greens. They were both kind of aloof, when they first got it, but then they start really loving it. And then their coats get better. They get more energy. And Theo, I know now, he's shiny and fat and healthy and happy and super active. And this is largely in part to Ruff Greens. So you can try a free Jumpstart bag for your doggo at roughchicks.com. Use promo code chicks. Just give them some live nutrition.
Or cats. They've got Meow Greens too.
They do have Meow Greens. That's right. And they have really great treats that are like crunchy and really, really good for them. So start your dog's day with Ruff Greens. Go to roughchicks.com. Use promo code chicks for a free Jumpstart bag. Just cover shipping. That's roughchicks.com. Do it.
Okay, so it's time to get into the Wall Street Journal story and what the latest is on the Epstein case. So you just need to know, I mentioned the other day, I guess it was Wednesday, that we were hoping to talk to Mike Davis, who is obviously very closely connected to the White House. He declined our offer because he apparently did not want to be appearing on any shows to talk about this. He only wanted to tweet about it, which we found odd, considering that he's been happy to talk to us previously. And then he was super insulting, just like Trump was, to everybody that's been asking questions about this. And we got into a bit of a battle on Twitter, which you can go and explore at your leisure. We're not going to get into the details of that here, just so you know that it happened. So we're going to take you through a little bit of a journey because there was a lot of stuff that happened about this yesterday. It started with Karoline kind of trying to put the kibosh on all these questions at her presser yesterday. One of the reporters, I think it was, what's her name? The one that just got engaged.
Jackie Heinrich?
Yes, Jackie. Jackie asked, because they've now been saying this whole Epstein thing is a hoax, she asked the very reasonable question, like, what part though? Where's the hoax part? And so here's what Karoline said.
There's been a lot of discussion about the Epstein files and the president's comments yesterday calling it a hoax. Can you clarify which part of the Epstein hoax is the hoax part?
The president is referring to the fact that Democrats have now seized on this as if they ever wanted transparency when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein, which is an asinine suggestion for any Democrat to make. The Democrats had control of this building, the White House, for 4 years, and they didn't came to transparency in regards to Jeffrey Epstein and his heinous crimes. It was this president who directed the Department of Justice and the Attorney General to do an exhaustive review of all files related to Jeffrey Epstein, which they did. The Attorney General and the FBI, led by Pam Bondi, Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, these are great patriots, some of the most trusted voices in the Republican Party movement. It's part of the reason the president appointed them to these high law enforcement positions, and they spent many months going through all of the files related to Jeffrey Epstein, and they concluded what they found in that memo, which they drafted and they released. And so the president has been transparent. He has followed through on his promises to the American people, but he doesn't like to see Democrats and the mainstream media covering this like it's the biggest story that the American people care about.
It isn't
totally fair. Totally fair.
It isn't the biggest story, but it's like the Epstein files are on Pam Bondi's desk. The files don't exist. The files are a hoax. we're going to release the files. I have a migraine. I have, at this point, I have a migraine from all this. It's just a lot of back and forth. And I just, you know what I mean? It's just, this week has been exhausting.
Very, very exhausting. She was also asked, because there were rumors that perhaps Pam Bondi or Trump would want to have a special prosecutor get into the, all the nitty gritty about this case. And Karoline put the kibosh on that right away.
The idea was floated from someone in the media to the president. The president would not recommend a special prosecutor in the Epstein case. That's how he feels. And as for his discussions with the attorney general, I'm not sure. Deanna.
So that was interesting because clearly they wanted this story to just stop, which I don't understand, because they were the ones that were committed to transparency about it in the, to begin with.
Right.
But she was not, you can see it. You can see it on her face. You can see it in her body language. She's answering these questions and she wants it to go away. Trump clearly wanted it to go away too. And they're right about the fact that Democrats have taken their ball and run with it. This is a debacle of their own making.
Totally.
That's the problem.
Right.
And are Democrats being complete assholes and hypocrites about it? Yes, that's what Democrats do. And maybe they wouldn't have if this would have been handled better from the get-go.
It's just,
but look at Jamie. Look at Jamie Raskin on Morning Joe yesterday. Even Morning Joe is calling him out for being like, where were you for the last 4 years?
State congressman could have gotten that from 21 to 25 when Democrats controlled the DOJ. Why? It was a crisis then. It's a crisis now. Why didn't Democrats call for it from 21 to 25?
So, I mean, you'd have to go back and look specifically at particular prosecutorial decisions and what was taking place in terms of the other cases. So I don't know. We could try to reconstruct that record. But
okay, sorry, there's a bug in here. Let's reconstruct it. I mean, like why now? Why didn't they come out with? Why didn't he talk about this 10 years ago? Why didn't he talk about this during any of the campaign cycles? Why? Because I mean, Trump has run for president a couple times. So why didn't they do it then? If they were, this is the thing that's so disingenuous. Come on, we're on to you.
Mean, it's so ridiculous.
But they're gonna do it because Democrats are stupid AF. And their base is like, oh yeah, let's glom onto this. They're gonna, and they will. They totally will. This is who these people are.
Now, interestingly, and this is one of the things that Mike Davis actually posted, and I was, it was already in our lineup for today too, to prove that anybody that is on our side who is continuing to ask questions and not be satisfied with how this is all played out, he posted that nobody really cares about this according to polling, and that Republicans are as devoted to Trump as ever. Here's Harry Enton with that information.
Look, I think this one surprised me a bit because of all these complaints online going after Trump and the Epstein files. You might think his approval ratings were going down with Republicans. If anything, they're going up. Republicans who approve of Trump, look at our CNN poll. The prior one, 86%. The one out this week, 88% were Republicans. How about Quinnipiac? The prior poll, 87% approve of Republicans. This week out, 90% were Republicans. If anything, Donald Trump's approval rating has gone up since this whole Epstein saga started. He is at the apex or close there too in terms of his popularity with Republican voters, Epstein files, complaints, or not.
Congressional Democrats have been trying to seize on this. You hear them also parroting what you're hearing online, saying, release the files, this is terrible, blah, blah, blah. I mean, is that working for them?
No, I mean, look, here's what's so important. We talk about the potential of Republicans leaving Donald Trump. They're not leaving him. But what about congressional Democrats and problems with their own base? Democrats' net approval of congressional Democrats, according to Quinnipiac University, in June of 2025, it was their second worst ever at minus 12 points. Is that not low enough for you? How about we go even lower? In July of 2025, minus 13 points. Their worst net approval rating for congressional Democrats among Democrats ever. Donald Trump is not the one who has problems with his political base. It is congressional Democrats are the ones who have problems with their own political base.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. You hear that, Jasmine Crockett?
And it's looking even as worried as we were and are I continue to be nervous about midterms. I want people to get super engaged. But even polling is now suggesting that Republicans have a plus 5-point lead in the 2026 congressional midterms, 47-42. This is per a McLaughlin poll. President Trump approval rating plus 9. This is all great, right? And people are like, oh, this is going to cause people to stop supporting Trump. It's not causing us to stop supporting him. We just are asking the questions. You know what I mean? We can do all those things at the same time.
I still get a little squirrely though, because people still have to go to the polls. They have to go and they have to vote. You can ask people questions of who they support, but are they going to get off their ass and are they going to go vote? So right. I don't know. I don't know.
I know. Okay, so we got to get into this whole Wall Street Journal bombshell, you guys, because it was a bombshell. But before we do that, we have very exciting news about a brand new sponsor, and it's for clothes, you guys, and it is awesome clothes. It's Quince.
I'm so excited.
And I just want to show everybody the cute dress that I got. I got mine in navy blue. Is this not the cutest thing ever? It's 100% linen.
I almost bought the same one.
I got it. So comfy and just so easy to wear, and it doesn't wrinkle. I mean, it's just great. It's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I got a shirt. I got a linen shirt from them, which I totally love. And I got this bathing suit, you guys. Of course, I don't have the bod to fill it out, but I do. But it has cups in it. Did you guys see? See the cup?
That's super cute. Yeah.
It's navy, because you guys know I love navy. I got a red one too. That's different. It's like a little tank suit. But their quality is unbelievable. Like I felt the need to kind of upgrade my closet a little bit. And they have luxurious, elegant stuff, but the prices are so good. I do not like spending a lot of money on clothes. They have cashmere that's super affordable. When it gets cooler, I'm going to be getting some of that. And I'll be buying Christmas presents from them too. European linen tops, like the one that I got, which I don't have that with me, start at $30. These swimsuits were $49, which is actually really super affordable.
Really good.
Really affordable. They have
this sweatshirt, you guys. This is one of these thin but like super soft on the inside little hoodies. I freaking love this. This is also from Quince.
Yeah, I've been shopping at Quince for a while before they became a sponsor. So excited to have them be a part of our show. And they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, responsible manufacturing practices. They use premium fabrics. Give your closet an upgrade. Do it. Go to Quince, quince.com/chicksfree for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's quince.com/chicksfree. You guys, the greatest stuff, like washable everything, washable linen, unheard of. Great, great, great stuff. So half the cost of similar brands. Quince.com/chicksfree. Do it.
I love them so much.
I do too. I'm so excited.
So excited. All right. So let's talk about what happened in the evening yesterday. So we see this polling, and then there was this explosive announcement that the Wall Street Journal has reviewed a book that was put together for Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday, and it included a letter submitted by Donald Trump.
Oh my God.
Now they say that Donald Trump drew a picture of a naked woman and then had this typed out text, which like is an imaginary conversation between the two of them. And so it starts out and it says, in quotes, voiceover, "There must be more to life than having everything." And then there's this weird conversation where Donald says, "Yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is." Jeffrey, "Nor will I, since I also know what it is." Trump, "We have certain things in common, Jeffrey." Jeffrey, "Yes, we do, come to think of it." Trump, "Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that?" Jeffrey, "As a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you." And then Trump apparently signed it off by saying, "A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday. And may every day be another wonderful secret."
This is so stupid.
It's so stupid.
It's just the dumbest effing thing. Okay.
And apparently they say that this is from 2003. This is before anybody even knew anything about Jeffrey Epstein.
So again, why are they reporting about it now?
Well, that is the question, isn't it? That is the question. So naturally, Trump had some things to say about this. Here, there's a couple tweets. You can read this first one.
The Wall Street Journal printed a fake letter, supposedly to Epstein. These are not my words, not the way I talk. Also, I don't draw pictures. I told Rupert Murdoch it was a scam, that he shouldn't print this fake story, but he did. And now I'm going to sue his ass off. And that of his third-rate newspaper. Thank you for your attention to this matter, DJ.
But he was not done. So please continue with this next part.
The Wall Street Journal and Rupert Murdoch personally were warned directly by President Donald J. Trump that the supposed letter they printed by President Trump to Epstein was a fake, and if they print it, they will be sued. Mr. Murdoch stated that he would take care of it, but obviously did not have the power to do so. The editor of the Wall Street Journal, Emma Tucker, was told directly by Karoline Leavitt and by President Trump that the letter was a fake, but Emma Tucker didn't want to hear that. Instead, they are going with a false, malicious, and defamatory story anyway. President Trump will be suing the Wall Street Journal, News Corp, and Mr. Murdoch shortly. The press has to learn to be truthful and not rely on sources that probably don't even exist. President Trump has already beaten George Stephanopoulos, ABC, 60 Minutes, CBS, and others, and looks forward to suing and holding accountable the once great Wall Street Journal. It has truly turned out to be a disgusting and filthy rag, and writing defamatory lies like this shows their desperation to remain relevant. If there were any truth at all on the Epstein hoax as it pertains to President Trump, this information would have been revealed by Comey, Brennan, Crooked Hillary, and other radical left lunatics years ago. Yeah.
Yep.
It certainly would not have sat in a file waiting for Trump to have won 3 elections. This is yet another example of fake news. He's 150% correct.
I just cannot believe this is what they are going with. This,
I can't
after
either.
all the stuff that they have tried to convince us about him, even if this was true, I would not give 2 shits about it.
I wouldn't either.
It's so
I honestly
stupid.
wouldn't either. Like, but okay, this is what you're going with. Like,
Oh
you
my
couldn't
God.
even manage. Like, they tried to kill him.
Right.
And he stood up and said, fight, fight, fight. And this, they're like, let's try this. Okay. I mean, if I don't know how anybody supports these jerks at this point. How can you be a Democrat? You are the lowest of the low.
It's just so,
it's
it's just
gross.
laughable. Even Elon Musk, who you know right now is not particularly in favor with Donald Trump and has been very vocal about wanting the Epstein files out. Even he said, it really doesn't sound like something Trump would say, to be honest. Even Elon is like, this seems totally shady.
Yeah, and I called him a pedophile myself.
Exactly.
I mean,
read Karoline Leavitt's response.
The Wall Street Journal published a hatchet job article with a fake birthday letter that is supposedly from 2003. Oh my God. This is like the Steele dossier that kickstarted the Russia hoax all over again. The Wall Street Journal refused to show us the letter and conceded that they don't even have it in their possession when we asked them to verify the alleged document they're basing their entire fake story on.
Oh my God.
When has President Trump ever spoken like the conversation alleged in the fake Wall Street Journal story? That's not at all how he speaks or writes. The Wall Street Journal knowingly published false information to smear the president of the United States. As I said at the podium today, there is a coordinated hoax by the Democrats and fake news to smear President Trump, as we've seen throughout both of his terms. I'm so sick of these people.
They're out of control.
They are the worst of the worst. Just let him govern. And STFU. I'm just so sick of their shit. I cannot be the only one. It's like,
oh my God, are you kidding? We have so much reaction to this. You're definitely not alone.
God.
Here is what James Fishback said. He had 6 questions for the idiots at the Wall Street Journal. Number 1, how on earth do you just suddenly find a letter from 2003? Who gave it to you? When? What were the terms? Why didn't you publish the letter in full? President Trump has always been known for writing personal letters by hand. Can you cite a single example of him sending a typewritten note?
Exactly.
He's also known for his straightforward and direct writing style, just like his speaking style. Can you cite one other example of him writing in whimsical riddles like this letter that you suddenly found? Don't you find it odd that this letter magically appears now, not before 2016, 2020, or 2024, but right when the Democrats are trying to weaponize Epstein against Trump? Canceling my subscription. Absolutely disgraceful article.
The fact that you had a subscription at this point is disgraceful.
right?
I mean, God, these people are unhinged. They just are unhinged. They are not for anything. They are just against this guy. They're unhinged. They're complete lunatics.
Yep. Johnny Maga said the funniest part about this outlandish hoax from the Wall Street Journal is that they claim the letter from Trump to Epstein is from 2003. Epstein wasn't charged with anything until 2006. Trump banned him from Mar-a-Lago in 2007. Ooh, they really got him. They really got him.
Yes, I can't.
And then I loved I can't remember who said this. It is ALX. Has the Wall Street Journal ever published this diary entry from Joe Biden's daughter, Ashley, where she details inappropriate showers with her dad?
Great
We know
question.
it's real because Ashley herself reported the diary as stolen. Or do they only do descriptions of unverified birthday cards with drawings?
Yeah, it's the latter. They only do the latter. That's right.
Such scumbags. Oh
yeah,
my God.
Absolute scumbags. Yeah. Let's talk about pedophiles, shall we? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. And then they forget, and this is what's going to happen. I can guarantee it. And you're going to hear from our friend Scott Jennings about this, that when they pull stuff like this, it rallies the entire Trump base together. So even those of us who are sparring with people who think Trump has handled the Epstein file release just fine, and those of us who think it's been botched to high heaven, we all come together to rally when it comes to these ridiculous accusations against Trump.
Yeah.
So they have barked up the wrong tree yet again. Here is Scott Jennings on that very topic.
Yeah, I mean, my reaction to reading this was 2003, before anything had happened, we know Donald Trump knew the guy. We also know he disowned him and kicked him out of his club. I was waiting all day long for this rumoring of a bombshell. This looks like kind of a dud to me. And look, the president says it's not. I don't know. But either way, this gives me like Kavanaugh yearbook vibes. My impression is Republicans are going to strongly rally around the president on this thing. I mean, he may have been facing some turbulence over the Epstein situation, but this is the sort of stuff that brings people to circle the wagons around him. I'm just
to be clear, Trump. Bingo. That is exactly right.
We're going to totally circle the way. It's like you calling your sister fat and then somebody else coming around and calling your sister fat. You don't get to call my sister fat. we're all going to rally around. We're going to rally. That's right. We're doing it right now. You don't get to do that. This is our family. F you.
That's exactly right. Megyn Kelly very simply stated, this is the dumbest attempted hit piece I have ever read.
Yep. It is. And they're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Oh my God.
Point. They're so desperate.
They're digging underneath the bottom of the barrel. I mean, it's so
pathetic.
Stupid.
It's so desperate and pathetic. Like, we see you. We see you.
I love this from Aesthetica. We have thousands of hours of Trump talking on camera, and he has never once sounded like a gay Twilight character. I just freaking love that so much.
So great.
And then from Clandestine, the Wall Street Journal wants us to believe that Trump typed a birthday letter to Epstein in 2003, and then Trump hand drew a naked woman around the letter, and that this was never leaked over the last 22 years.
Right.
It just magically showed up today,
magically.
and we're not allowed to see it.
Right.
Okay.
It just magically showed up yesterday, you guys. Right. Okay. All right.
So just to finally put a cap on this. So after all the fighting that I did with Mike Davis and I was nice, you guys. I was just trying to understand. He's a lawyer. I'm not. I just wanted to understand why they can't release things like the autopsy. You know, why can't Pam Bondi like ask for the grand jury files to be unsealed? Things like that. And he was super condescending to me and thought that was the end of it. But then what happened is that it turns out Trump wants the grand jury documents to be unsealed. So he wrote, based on the ridiculous amount of publicity given to Jeffrey Epstein, I have asked Attorney General Pam Bondi to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony subject to court approval. This scam perpetuated by the Democrats should end right now. And Bondi wrote, President Trump, we are ready to move the court tomorrow to unseal the grand jury transcripts, which is all we have been asking for them to freaking do.
You could have done this a week ago.
Right?
Or maybe a couple months ago, and then none of this shit would have happened. We wouldn't.
I don't. And then and so there's people like Anna Paulina Luna who are positioning this now, and maybe they're right. I don't know. They've just botched this so hard. She is positioning this as this was happening all along, and you guys are just you guys are just idiots who don't understand 4D chess.
Okay.
Which I'm sorry, this is not how they plan to roll it out by insulting us. It's just not. But here's what she posted. She said, while others were busy stabbing President Trump in the back, we were working overtime behind the scenes in the Oval Office. This photo was taken earlier today. No, it's not coincidence. This is 4D chess, not checkers. Welcome to the big leagues. Enjoy phase 3. Pam Bondi is unsealing grand jury testimony, and there's much more to come. This is the most transparent administration in U.S. history.
Don't be condescending to me. Don't do that.
That's what they're doing. That's the worst thing they can do, but that's what they're doing.
Don't be condescending to me, Anna Paulina, because basically they said the files don't exist. And then they said the files were a hoax, and now you're unsealing them. So pick a freaking lane. Don't be condescending to me. Don't do that.
Yeah, I don't like it either. But, you know, more transparency is great. If there's more to come, bring it. I mean, that's all that we've been asking for. So don't act like neener. We're the ones that get to say neener.
And the bullshit of welcome to the big leagues. Like, you don't understand, commoner.
There.
I'm sorry, but you don't get to do that, Anna Paulina. Like, check yourself. You work for us.
Exactly.
Remember that.
That's right. Don't treat us like we're stupid, because we're
not.
We've been talking about this, and it's the pressure from people like us. I'm not saying we're directly responsible, but there's plenty of influencers way bigger than us who have been saying the same stuff. And it's because of that pressure that Trump finally was like, okay, we gotta do something, because this is not going away. And it's not. It's freaking not.
Yeah.
Also, it is interesting too that some Democrats, at least, and I expect we'll see more of them, now they're mad at Trump for wanting to unseal the files. So Julie Rodzinski, who's one of those people that shows up on Abby Phillips' panel, she's saying this is complete and utter bullshit. Grand jury testimony is secret. Bondi cannot release it. Okay. Pick a lane, Democrats. Just decide what you want.
Whatever he does, they hate.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Anyway, that is what's going on. And so for the person that said, you girls effed up, in what way? We're now getting what we wanted.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Why are you here?
It's just so.
It's early. Don't you have something better to do? Bye. Good Lord.
All right. So enough of that. Now we need to talk about something else that's happened. And that is that Candace Owens has actually put on her anti-Semitism suit, and then lit it on fire and made it be neon and as bright as can possibly be. Okay. I'm amazed at how completely insane she has gotten. But you need to see this. So here's what she tweeted, because, well, we'll get to that in a second. So the IDF that caused damage to a church in Gaza City, and there were a few casualties, I think. They reviewed the situation. They do try, as they always say, to mitigate harm to civilians and civilian structures, including religious sites. They regret any damage caused to them. And then somebody asked Grok if it's true that Israel saved Christian Druze, and we talked about that yesterday, and other minorities in the Middle East. And of course, yes, it is true. They're the only ones that do care about minorities in the Middle East. And so in light of the fact that there was damage to this church, Candace Owens lost her freaking mind. And so what she posted was finally when her truth came out. And she said about Israel, these are not our friends or allies. These are demons, and they are our enemies. They lie, steal, cheat, murder, and blackmail. Pray for the innocent. By the way, she's mentioned nothing about the Druze. Right. God will have his vengeance. And so someone pushed back, I think it was Yashar Ali, who said, when you say they, who is that specifically? And she said, let's get real specific. The nation of Israel, which from its origin has implemented a worldwide system of theft, mass murder, and international blackmail and deception. God will have his vengeance. The who is they trick does not intimidate me.
Right.
I
Okay.
was like,
Well, okay.
damn, girl.
Meanwhile, there are girls being kidnapped around the globe and raped by Islamists. There are Christians being killed by Islamists. You don't hear a word from her about that.
No, because it's not related to Israel at all.
That's happening right now in countries right now. It's happening. And you don't hear a peep from her or Tucker about that. So, okay.
And I thought when I saw these tweets, I was like, okay, this is as bad as it's going to get.
No, it's not.
It's not. Here she was on her show yesterday.
These characters are just being inserted into places to serve Israel. That makes Israel the master of the universe.
Oh my God.
And that's troubling because this is a state that has a hexagram on their flag. Okay.
Oh my God.
They're even lying about the history of the Star of David. It's a hexagram. It's a cult. Don't know. Somebody just gave money and said all roads lead to the occult. Yes, it is an occult nation. There's no question about that. Everything that they are involved in is occult. And that's why we have to sort of wake the world up to this very quickly, because they have a lot of power. And the only way that we are going to be able to fight this is by being willing to tell the truth.
She is now aligned with Talcum X. Sean King said the average person on planet Earth now understands that the state of Israel is the single most unethical, evil, destructive government on the planet. They wreak havoc and mayhem to everyone and everything around them. They cannot be trusted by anyone. These people have lost their minds.
Yeah. And
lost their minds.
The scariest part is there's so many conservatives who follow her.
Oh my God, she's got like 8 million followers or something.
So many people think that she's right about this. And it's
scary.
Like, okay, all right.
She also, by the way, tried to say that Ivanka and Jared Kushner, that she's worried that Trump may care more about them and their relation, the fact that they're Jewish and related to Israel in any way, than he does about America. And so now he's tied into it because of Jared and Ivanka. Like, she is out of her mind with this stuff. It's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
It's freaking crazy.
It is. It's absolutely whack. It's crazy.
And just a reminder about the role that Hamas plays in this, since she can't bear to recall why this war and why any damage is happening to Gaza at all. Konstantin Kaysen talked about this very well. This is a reminder that she desperately needs, and apparently so do a lot of other people. Oh, I forgot about Shawnity tweet. He said, Candace Owens has been freaking out all day today like a rabid animal after a church in Gaza was accidentally hit. She didn't just condemn it, she's rage posting like a crazed lunatic. Just a reminder that this past Sunday, a Muslim shot up a church in Lexington, Kentucky, murdering 2 worshipers and injuring 2 more.
Doesn't matter.
She didn't say one word about it, but America first, am I right?
Right?
That psychotic witch is no Christian. She is a demonic force.
Right. I mean, listen, there are Christians being killed. Like I said, there are Christians being killed all over the world. And not a peep. She doesn't care about. Do these people care about Christians? Really? They just
Israel
care about
for her is like this weird grift and psychosis.
I don't understand the end game, Mock. I don't, because I will keep saying it on the show as much, and I will keep screaming it from the rooftops. When they are done with the Jews, they're coming for the Christians.
Of course.
Do people not understand that?
They say it.
It's like, maybe do some research.
My God.
Okay.
Yeah, it's freaking crazy. Okay, so here is now Konstantin Kaysen on this whole
Who
issue.
is it that's preventing the conflict in Gaza from coming to an end? It's Hamas. They are the ones that are refusing to release the hostages. They're the ones that will not hand over the terrorists who took them. They're the ones that won't surrender. And this comparison, people get very triggered when you bring up World War II, but I think it's the perfect comparison for the simple reason that Nazi Germany was a country that was held in the grips of a death cult, right? Adolf Hitler was effectively willing to fight to the last German. In fact, someone should fact check this, but I'm pretty sure he said at some point that if the German people cannot triumph in this conflict, they don't deserve to survive, right? In other words, he was prepared to see all of Germany destroyed in this fight, right? For the cause. And we were forced to, Britain, America, the Soviet Union, were forced to invade, were forced to destroy, just like Japan, by the very fact that they wouldn't surrender, right? So if Hamas holds on to the hostages, won't capitulate, won't surrender, and won't hand over the terrorists who took the hostages and who committed October 7th, Israel, for the sake of its own survival, has to go in and try to finish that job, get the hostages back, etc. So the terrible things that are happening in Gaza are terrible, and it's Hamas who should stop.
My platform.
Right. How many ceasefire proposals have been proposed now that Hamas has been like, no, we're just going to keep on holding the hostages. Maybe we'll give you some dead bodies. I mean, what is Israel supposed to do? What would we do if these were American hostages that, as we gave the example yesterday, that Mexico came and took thousands of? We would just give up? That's what they're expecting us to do?
That's what Candace wants them to do.
What in the world is wrong with her?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. I mean, I can't wrap my brain around it. I don't understand, but there are so many people that believe how she believes. And it's weird. It's really, it's really bizarre. But like I say, I will never stop believing that, like, I'm an infidel. You're in it. Like you know what I mean? They're coming for us next.
Yep, that's exactly right. And if you don't believe us, believe them, because it is what they always say. And speaking of them, we need to talk very quickly about Zohran, because there's a new clip of him that is making a lot of news. And it's once again him just showing how much of a commie he is. Here he is talking about housing.
Every single person should have housing. And I think faced with these two options, the system has hundreds of thousands of people unhoused, right? For what? And if there was any system that could guarantee each person housing, whether you call it the abolition of private property or you call it, just a statewide housing guarantee, it is preferable to what is going on right now.
The abolition of private property. You all. I mean, but he's not a commie. We're just not supposed to believe he's a commie. Hello?
No. I mean, I think a lot of people understand that he's a commie, and so many people on the left, so many Democrats are embracing communism now. They just openly embrace it. Like, it's not even a bad word anymore. They love it. They think it's fantastic. They think that communism is the answer. WTF.
Okay. I guess there were reports yesterday of a retreat that a bunch of Democrats went on earlier in the year to do some of their postmortem and to try to figure out their strategy going forward to regain support. And it was at that retreat that they decided, you know what we need to do? We need to cuss more. And we need to be more authentic and more Trumpy, because Trump is authentic and we need to be more like that. So you've seen, and we've pointed it out, that they have done that, right? And in doing so, they appear more inauthentic than ever before. But when their attempts at authenticity don't work, what's their next best strategy? Full-blown communism. And now you're seeing them all start to fall in line, which is why they are struggling. And they'll never get it, but I guess that's good for us. But the thing is,
they've always been the Communist Party. I mean, you and I started Chicks on the Right because they were socialists. They were basically turning socialist. But over the past 16 years, they have started going farther and farther to the left towards communism. And it used to be that the socialist fringe was just that. It was kind of fringe and it was weird. And people were like, oh my God, that's weird. They're pooping in streets. You know what I mean? Like the Occupy people. And now it's just like the mainstream is communist. And so that's who they are now. And like people who are Democrat and they say, well, I'm more of a moderate Democrat. No, you're not. No, you're not. There is no such thing as a moderate Democrat anymore. You are done. Your party has been hijacked by commies. So either you're a commie or you're not. That's what.
Or you start getting candidates that push back against your commie candidates. But they keep on electing, the AOCs, the Rashida Tlaibs, the Ilhans. This is what you get.
The Democrats are commies.
This is what you get.
Right.
And speaking of this is what you get, Keir Starmer, who is a complete idiot, made an announcement yesterday that the UK is going to lower their voting age to 16. Now, keep in mind that the most popular name for newborn babies in the UK for at least the past decade is Mohammed.
Right.
So who do you think is going to be lining up to vote in their election? They're lost. I mean, the UK is falling.
Yeah,
We're watching
good
it
luck with
happen.
that.
And it's partly due to
Really
this
important
clown.
that 16 and 17-year-olds have the vote because
My God.
they're old enough to go out to work. They're old enough to pay taxes, so to pay in. And I think if you pay in,
Oh my God.
you should have the opportunity to say what you want your money spent on, which way the government should go. So I'm really pleased that we're able to bring more young people into our democracy and give them the chance to have a say over how their taxes are going to be paid and what they're going to be used for.
Wow.
Okay. He has kids. He has kids. One of them is about that age. He has a son born in 2008 and a daughter born in 2010. So you think he would know better than to
Does
let
he think that they're mature enough? I mean,
That's the thing. I mean, my daughter's pretty mature at 15, but I don't want her voting. I just don't think that's appropriate. I don't. No, I don't.
crazy.
No, this is
Freaking
not
crazy.
okay. No.
Anyway, moving on, we have to make fun of Joy Reid because she appeared on the Piers Morgan show and it was hilarious. I mean, I don't know if she knew what the ambush that she was getting ready to jump into, but man, did he ever tear into her. So a couple clips. The first one, he played a couple clips of her on the Mark Lamont Hill show. I think we even played one of them earlier this week. And you know how race baity she is. It's all she can think about is race.
Melanin. Right.
Yeah. And so he played a couple of examples of that. And then she had the absolute audacity to accuse Pierce of trying to racialize conversations. He was not having that.
I mean, look, let's be honest. I don't think you were fired after all those years because of your skin color or because you're a black woman. I think you were fired because your show just got increasingly unpopular. It happens all the time in TV. That's why you got let go. Why play the race card?
First of all, I love the fact that your play the race card is your version of the race card. You literally are so fixated on trying to racialize conversations with me, Piers. I find it actually
You racialize more conversations in your tenure at MSNBC than any host in history.
All right, Mark. All right, Piers. And the bottom line is you take an entire conversation that I had with Mark Lamont Hill and pick the bits that you can racialize because this is your shtick. And I get that this is your shtick.
You racialize everything, Joy. Come on.
I get it. And I understand this is your shtick, Piers. And listen, game recognized game. I get this is
It's
your
not
game.
my shtick.
And the bottom line,
It was your
it
shtick.
is your shtick, and everyone
it was
knows
your
that it is.
shtick.
It totally was her. That's all she did was concentrate
I
on
know.
melanin. Oh my God.
I mean, God, I love that. So then I guess they got into this conversation about some like LGBTQIA book that was in kids' libraries or whatever that she wanted to be there because she's an ally. She's an ally to the LGBTQ community. So he called her out and said, hey, remember when you were like a total homophobe on your website years ago and then you tried to pretend that you didn't write the things that you actually wrote? And the context of that, and this was years ago on she had a blog where she wrote she would never watch Brokeback Mountain because it's like super disgusting to watch two men make out. And so he called her out on that for her hypocrisy and she got uncomfortable.
Absolutely no difference.
I'm talking about you posting on your blog that you wouldn't watch Brokeback Mountain because you don't want to see two male characters having sex. Does that make me homophobic? Probably. Most straight people cringe at the sight of two men kissing. Your words, not mine, Joy.
And your point is?
That maybe that makes you a bit of a hypocrite when you're taking the position of being an ally for the LGBTQ community. And actually, the best way to handle it, I would argue, is just to say, you know what? Actually, I did write that at the time. They're not my views now. I've learned, I've evolved, I've moved on. Trying to pretend even now that you didn't write it is preposterous. And I think you know that.
The bottom line is what I've said, and I will say it again, is that I take full responsibility for everything that was on that site. I'm deeply apologetic for the things that were on that site that hurt people, and I take responsibility for it because it was my site. And that's the end of that. And my views, as you know, and as I've said on television, on air, are quite different from the views that you just read. And that's the end of that.
That's the end of that, she said.
That's the end of that. Isn't
Notice
that
she still didn't admit that she wrote it. She won't.
Yeah.
She won't say that.
Yeah.
My
She was uncomfortable.
Yeah. And I loved it.
Me too. She's very comfortable.
Are you familiar with the reporter Scott McFarlane?
Mm-mm.
I wasn't either. I don't recognize him, but
No,
apparently I can't even remember what outlet he was on, but he was talking to Chuck Todd about, because he was at Butler, Pennsylvania, the day that Trump got shot.
Okay.
And I have never in my life seen somebody try to make an attempted assassination on a president more about themselves than I have with this Scott McFarlane guy. He's from CBS. Just listen.
For those
to
of
what
us
he says.
there, it was such a horror because you saw an emerging America. And it wasn't the shooting, Chuck. This was, I got diagnosed with PTSD within 48 hours.
Oh
I got
my
put on
God.
trauma leave. Not because I think of the shooting, but because you saw it in the eyes, the reaction of the people. They were coming for us. If he didn't jump up with his fist, they were going to come kill us.
I know.
He was put on trauma leave. Did I hear that correctly? He was put on leave. He had to go on leave, you guys. I
can't.
Oh my God. It is. It's all about him. It's like Jasmine Crockett making the flooding all about her.
Yes.
Who are these people? They all need to be punched directly in the face. And I'm sorry, I know this show is not about violence.
We don't condone that at all.
We don't condone it on this show. But that guy, what a complete wuss.
Right? I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it.
Meanwhile, Trump got shot in the head.
Right.
And actually stood up and said, fight. And that guy's like, I'm going to need some weeks off from work because I watched it. And Trump's like, let me get back to work.
People's eyeballs looked scary at me. And so I need leave.
What an absolute wussy.
Also, I know we've talked a lot about how scary AI can be, but there are things about it that I love, like clips like this.
Tonight, the president has deported the cast of The View. Their show will be replaced by 4 hours of screaming goat videos. Not much of a difference there.
Not much of a difference. That's actually mean to goats. Don't you think that's mean to goats? I like goats.
I do too. I think that's a great comparison.
Right. I mean, I would have.
Because they just bleat. They just sit around and they bleat.
I would use hyenas or something like that, but maybe not goats.
Well, the hyenas also have fur, so
goats have
I don't
fur.
know. I know. I'm saying, like, it's hard no matter what, because
I know, because they're all.
I have a fur policy. Anyway, I just thought that was funny. Also, we often like to talk about the fact that women and men, nobody should F with their face, right? Like this is a mantra of ours. And I just want to give you another example of what can happen that is absolutely terrifying. You can be a completely normal looking person and utterly F your face up. Look at this. This is a nose job, eyebrow lifting, and whatever mid-face lifting is.
I don't even know what that is.
Disaster is what this is.
Why did she do that?
I don't know.
Why did she do that?
I don't know.
She was so cute before.
Right? This is what happens. This is what can happen. This is why we say, just don't F with your face.
Do it. Don't do it.
All right. Now we got to get into some My Pillow Talks, and we're going to start it off with the Obamas. And you're probably thinking, why would they be in a My Pillow Talk? It is because they did one of those TikTok trends where somebody says, which one of you is more likely to be this person in your marriage versus that person? And they both point to themselves or to the other to say, which one of us matches this description? And the problem with that is that somebody was able to caption it and put in a voiceover. So it ended up looking like this.
Who is more TDS? Who hates America most? Who gives better head? Oh, okay. Who has the bigger penis?
Oh my God. I can't.
Right. Okay. This is why I love people. I continue to love people because of this.
That is my favorite. Anyway,
Right.
so that is why that started my Pillow Talks today. Also, I can't remember if this is the same guy that we played the other day. You had sent it to me, and it was like the God making celery. Remember?
Yes. The
I
string.
think this is the same guy, and he's now reenacting the moment that God decided to create shellfish.
Oh my God.
It's in the water. You lost me. You lost me. Put bugs in the water. Put bugs in the water. Put them in the water. Why? I want wet bugs. Why? I want wet bugs in all of the water. There should be wet bugs in the water. Can you please just make sense? Wet bugs. Can you please just make sense? In the water. Put the bugs in the water. Yo, make them delicious. For who?
For who?
We can make the bugs delicious. Tasty bugs. Yummy bugs in the water. Okay. Yummy bugs this might work. This might good bugs in that water.
The bugs of the sea. Yes, they are the bugs of the sea.
I mean, that really is what they are.
Yeah.
And yet they are delicious. I love them. So
she does.
Anyway.
She does love them.
In keeping with our cat theme of the week, there's a video of a cat. I don't even know what you would call this action, but this cat seems to enjoy tasting a moving fan.
Why? What am I doing to make them? What am I doing to make the balloons? What's happening?
Daisy just got a Mac, you guys, and she's getting used to all the things that it can do. Oh, mine's not working. I don't know why mine's. Oh, there it is.
So much stuff happening. Okay.
Anyway, here's a cat tasting a moving fan.
Oh my gosh, that's dangerous. What ouch tastes like. Oh my
Why?
God,
Why is that happening?
Because he can. He can.
Anyway, you know I love me some raccoons, especially ones that are eating. And the fact that this raccoon doesn't quite know how to eat formed Jell-O amused me. Look at his little hand.
Oh my God, he's like, I really want it. Oh, help him. Somebody help him.
He gets it. He figures it out.
Oh, there we go. Good boy. So good. Such a good boy.
I just love that so much.
Your little hands.
I know, their hands. God, I just love them. Uh-oh. Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, and then lastly, we got to have, especially going into a weekend, we got to have dogs.
Dogs.
So this is a dual view from a Ring camera that is positioned in a backyard where there is a swimming pool, and dogs want to swim. So they have themselves a little pool party. Here's what it looked like.
Oh my God, he's in the funsicle. He's right in the funsicle. And his friend's like, I'm coming in.
I'm coming in. I don't know
Is
how,
it warm?
but I'm going to figure it out.
Is it warm? I'm coming in. Oh my God. I wish our dog would go swimming. We've tried everything.
I don't know why it turns color all of a sudden, but
oh my God, that is awesome. The midnight
this is
sun.
all happening like overnight. And you know the owners saw this in the morning and they were just like,
oh my
what
gosh.
in the world are our dogs doing? Isn't that the
I'm
sweetest?
assuming they have a way out too. There's obviously,
I don't know.
I hope so. Labs.
So
Why are
funny.
people wishing me a happy birthday? It's not my birthday.
Because of your balloons, because you kept on giving yourself balloons.
Oh,
and I think they
okay.
got confused.
Okay, it's not my birthday. It isn't. Not yet.
Okay, we've got some thank yous. One this morning from Shane Medlin, who said, weighing in on Epstein, he is, quote, dead and insignificant at this point. But the pedos he catered to are important because their abuse of children didn't stop with his death. We need to find out where they are getting their sexual fixes now, which is an interesting point. Don Ross yesterday said, as a true-blooded Republican, I want you to know that I can appreciate your opinion on the Epstein BS, but I'm holding out on a possible 4D chess move, which Anna Paulina Luna says it is. You will always be my favorite podcast. Take my money, jerks.
Thank you, Dawn.
Thank you very much for that. And now you.
Curio23, FYI, I'm naked under my clothes. Rare. Okay, Curio.
You know what's so weird about that is that we are too.
We all are. Rare. Robin Dye, not sure what's more embarrassing, being caught on camera having an affair or being outed for liking Coldplay. You know how I know
She
you're
must have
gay?
put that after we posted that exact same thing.
You know how I know you're gay? You like Coldplay. Robin Dye, he says my wife, but says he's her partner.
Yeah, the Coldplay guy referred to her as his wife in the first sentence and then partner in the second. I don't know why.
Oh, I didn't.
He's woke.
notice.
I'm sure he's woke.
I didn't notice that. Gayla, today is my grandson Charlie's 8th birthday. He is the light of my life, and I'm so blessed to be his Gigi.
Aww.
Happy birthday, Charlie. Marcy Peralez, today is my 68th birthday. What a wonderful start to my day with the tailgaters and then the chicks. What a perfect morning. Happy birthday, Marcy. I hope you have a fabulous day. Lori Weens was let go from my job yesterday. Please pray the next door will open soon. Looking for roles in recruiting or HR admin in the Nashville, Tennessee area. This wasn't a surprise to the Lord, and he will open the next door. Psalm 139:16. Maybe you can get a job in HR at that company.
At Astronomer. I don't know where they are, but I have a feeling that chick's not going to be there very long.
Feel like that HR department's going to be cleaning house pretty soon. Exactly. Karen Pira, thank you for that super sticker. And Karen Pira again, I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. The Epstein files could prove to be Trump's new Covingtons and ruin the midterms, GMs, or next election. Is Don Jr. on the list? I doubt it.
Don Jr., by the way, when his dad posted the thing saying I'm instructing Pam Bondi to unseal the documents, he retweeted that and said, let's effing go. So I don't think he's particularly worried.
Yeah, I think he wants it to come out because he's been talking about this for years. Jennifer, no. Oh my gosh, I'm only able to listen in this morning and I'm heavily medicated. So for a hot few seconds, all I heard you talking about was horse spaces. Had to scroll back and it was simply horse spaces. Good night. Horse spaces are white spaces. Karen Elliott, I've been wearing compression socks for leg swelling forever. Can someone please make me some red MAGA Tommy Copper socks? Let's go. Yeah, there you go. Brian,
I bet you can find those online.
I'm sure you can find some MAGA compression socks. Brian Brumley, if Pam Bondi wants to regain some trust, maybe she should look into resurrecting the Communist Control Act of 1954 to make it pass constitutional muster. Take my capitalist money. I like that, Brian. I like it.
Interesting.
Tom J. I'm a former Dem turned first-time Trump voter. Epstein files were last on my list. Unless I see victims making a big deal, I'm in the Ben Shapiro, Scott Adams camp. Trump signaling, I don't need to know this. Fine, he earned it. We love that you're a Dem turned first-time Trump voter. We're happy to have you here, Tom. Welcome.
Indeed.
Jose Rodriguez, morning from Texas. I'm back, biatches. Just kidding, just kidding. Mexico was fun, but Texas is life. That is right. Glad to be back in the US of A. Just take my De Niro, what's left of it. I hope you had fun, Jose. Welcome back.
Indeed.
You guys were bringing it in. I hope everybody has a fabulous weekend. Enjoy it. And we will talk to you guys on Monday. Bye, everybody.
Hello, beautiful people. This is the Chicks on the Right's Indian correspondent. Thank you for watching or listening. Be very sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on all of their delicious content. Okay, thank you. Come again.